Have you ever felt stuck in a monotonous routine, struggling to achieve your goals and find true fulfillment in life? If the answer is yes, this video is for you. Get ready to uncover the secrets behind transformative journeys that lead to self-realization and lasting success. We often encounter tough choices and sacrifices that need to be made to achieve our dreams. But what really distinguishes those who thrive from those who give up? In this video, we will explore the mindsets, habits, and bold decisions that propel people beyond their limits toward a life full of purpose and fulfillment. Are you tired of feeling stagnant, with no significant progress in your personal or professional goals? Or maybe you are struggling to find balance and genuine satisfaction amid the demands of modern life. No matter your current situation, this video will reveal powerful insights that can transform your trajectory, inspiring you to make the necessary sacrifices to achieve a level of fulfillment beyond what you ever thought possible. To truly understand the sacrifices that lead to fulfillment, we must first define what it really means to sacrifice something. We're not just talking about giving up small luxuries or temporary comforts. Sacrifice, in its deepest sense, implies the voluntary relinquishment of something valuable, important, or precious in exchange for a greater goal or purpose. It means letting go of certain securities, ingrained habits, or even relationships that may be keeping us stagnant in order to grow, evolve, and reach a new level. As the wise and eloquent psychologist and thinker Jordan Peterson put it, the price of rebirth is always life. To experience true transformation, a profound renewal of our lives, it's inevitable that something has to die. Whether it's an old pattern of behavior, a limiting belief, or even aspects of our old identity. It is only by embracing this symbolic dying that we can give birth to a new, more fulfilled and authentic version of ourselves. The greatest achievements of humanity, from revolutionary scientific discoveries to transformative social movements, were only possible because courageous individuals were willing to sacrifice their comfort, status, security, and even their lives for a greater cause. Successful entrepreneurs sacrifice years of financial stability to pursue their vision. Elite athletes make immense sacrifices in their lifestyles to reach the pinnacle of their sports. Even in our personal lives, the deepest and most rewarding relationships require sacrifices of selfishness and individual priorities for the greater good of the couple or family. The classic tale of Peter Pan provides a profound allegory about the refusal to make the necessary sacrifices for maturation and true fulfillment. Peter Pan, the boy who refused to grow up, represents the human desire to cling to the infinite potential and carefree freedom of childhood, avoiding at all costs the responsibilities and limitations of adult life. His Neverland, a magical island where children never age, symbolizes the tempting fantasy of living forever in the realm of what if, without needing to make difficult choices or compromise our boundless dreams. However, as the story subtly illustrates, refusing to grow up and avoiding the inevitable sacrifices of maturity condemns Peter and his lost boys to an existence trapped in a state of perpetual childhood. They never experience the depth of purpose, the sense of accomplishment, or the truly intimate relationships that only maturation can bring. Like Peter, how many of us find ourselves hesitating before the sacrifices required to pursue our greatest potentials? How many dreams and aspirations do we set aside to cling to the illusory securities of what is familiar and comfortable? The words of the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 13:11 resonate truly. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. There comes a time when we must leave behind our childish fantasies of a life without sacrifice or commitment. It is only when we bravely embrace the prices demanded by our growth that we can truly mature into full, fulfilled, and purpose-driven individuals. Peter Pan may live forever as a boy without responsibilities, but at the cost of the bright flame of authentic fulfillment. While it can be tempting to delay or avoid the inevitable sacrifices of adult life, the truth is that it is much better to consciously choose the limitations and renunciations we will assume, rather than having them forced upon us later in unpleasant ways. When we reject the responsibility to define priorities and make tough choices, those choices end up being made for us. either by the accumulation of consequences from our own indecisions or by external forces and circumstances. Psychologist Jordan Peterson often emphasizes that the beginner must initially limit himself. This apparent paradox reveals a deep truth. It is only by recognizing and accepting our current limitations that we can then transcend them and continue evolving. When we embrace carefully selected disciplines and restrictions in our lives, instead of yielding to every passing impulse, we create the stability and focus necessary to advance toward our biggest goals. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely observed, it is better to spare willingly than to suffer losses by force. By actively choosing the sacrifices we will make, we maintain a sense of self-determination and purpose over our lives. Otherwise, we become reactive victims of losses and deprivations imposed by forces outside our control. The greatest achievers, visionary leaders, and transformative individuals understood this truth. They courageously embraced the necessary limitations and disciplines to pursue their higher goals. For it is only by accepting the inevitable no's of life that we can unleash a world of far greater yeses. One of the most powerful and transformative sacrifices we can make is dedicating ourselves to an intensive period of learning and specialization. Often we labor under the illusion that we could master several complex skills simultaneously without exclusive commitment. However, the development of true capabilities requires sustained focus and a deep dive into the fundamentals of any field. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us, no branch of knowledge can be well managed without systematic study, and hard study includes instruction. Whether it's learning a trade, acquiring a new set of skills, or deepening our understanding in an academic area, we need to sacrifice our pursuit of instant gratification and accept a period of hard work, repetition, and direct instruction. The greatest masters in any field exemplify this principle. Elite athletes undergo years of rigorous training, constantly perfecting the fundamentals of their sports. Talented musicians devote a decade or more just practicing scales and rudiments before they truly master their instruments. Even the most visionary, successful entrepreneurs had to sacrifice years learning the details and nuances of their industries before truly innovating. By embracing this journey of concentrated specialization, we are planting the seeds for a bountiful harvest of genuine fulfillment in the future. Before we proceed, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all those who have already shown their support through contributions on our Buy Me a Coffee page. Your commitment and generosity have been essential in allowing us to continue creating and sharing this valuable content. For those who have not yet had the opportunity but would like to join this engaged community, the link to make your contribution is available in the pinned comment below. Remember, every small donation, no matter the amount, represents a vote of confidence in the work we are doing and encourages us to continue raising the bar. After all, as the scarcity principle from the Weapons of Persuasion states, the rarer and more exclusive something is, the higher its perceived value. Your contribution makes you part of a select group that truly values this transformative content. And for those who are already enjoying this video, an additional way to support our efforts is to like, share with your friends, and spread the word. As the principle of social proof teaches, when we see others engaged in something, we are naturally more inclined to follow them. Your simple act of sharing can inspire others to also benefit from this enriching content. So do not hesitate to spread this valuable message. After embracing the inevitable sacrifices and periods of intensive study required for true mastery, entirely new possibilities emerge before us. It's as if a new dimension of potential opens up, areas previously out of our reach now becoming fully accessible. This is the beauty and reward of the sacrifices we make. They not only allow us to create something of lasting value, but effectively expand the scope of what is possible in our lives. As author Napoleon Hill wisely observed, almost nothing great is achieved without renunciation and sacrifice. Truly accomplished and transformative individuals were not only willing to make the necessary sacrifices, but understood that it was precisely through these acts of self-denial that new worlds of opportunity opened up. It was by fully dedicating himself to developing his art that Renaissance genius Michelangelo was then able to create timeless masterpieces. Through the sacrifice of years of stable life as a patent clerk, Albert Einstein emerged to revolutionize our understanding of the universe. In our own lives, the examples are endless. The successful entrepreneur who made the sacrifices to build a solid foundation can then scale their efforts to new heights. The athlete who invested hard work in the fundamentals now has the freedom to perform at superhuman levels. The dedicated student who forewent temporary distractions can then pursue dreams once thought unreachable. It's as if a door was locked, and rather than forcing our way through, we patiently found the keys, the sacrifices and disciplines necessary to unlock this new realm of previously unimaginable possibilities. This is truly the journey to authentic fulfillment. Reflecting on this path of conscious sacrifices that leads to true fulfillment, it becomes clear that authentic growth is inseparable from the ability to let go of what holds us back. Many of us spend a great portion of our lives avoiding change, clinging to familiar patterns and habits out of fear of the unknown. However, as the mystic John of the Cross so eloquently expressed, growth in truth is the only evidence of life. When we refuse to make the necessary sacrifices, we opt for a stagnant existence, a mere shadow of the vibrant potential that resides within us. It is only when we bravely embrace the losses and renunciations inherent in the growth process that we can truly flourish in all our fullness. The greatest human achievements, whether masterpieces of creativity or civilizational advances, were only possible because bold individuals chose to release their childish illusions of a life without commitments. So, let this be the definitive advice. Do not run from sacrifices, but instead choose them wisely. Identify the disciplines, limitations, and renunciations that will allow you to channel your focus and energy toward the noblest goals. Embrace the necessary periods of intensive learning, confident that they will plant the seeds for a bountiful harvest in the future. And when new, unimaginable opportunities arise from your efforts, remember that it was precisely by your choices to let go of what was holding you back that such possibilities materialized. For true growth, fulfillment, and the fullness of life only bloom in the soil cultivated by conscious sacrifices. If you truly want to reach an entirely new level of personal fulfillment and greatness, you can't miss the rare opportunity I've specially prepared for you. In the video appearing next to this, you will gain access to transformative secrets known by very few people. These are the same elite techniques used by the greatest winners and achievers to free themselves from the invisible shackles that bind most to mediocre and purposeless lives.